Good morning, everyone. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here this morning and to be rolling out our second American Job Center in a community college. 6 months ago, we rolled it out in Enfield at Nantucket Community College, and it really was the model, and both Alex and I had a conversation at that point, and we said we need to take a look at Bristol and the Bristol location to be able to have, and really, when you think about it, unemployed individuals walking in the front door of the community college, discovering all types of opportunities. Also here, and when they walk in the door for the Job Center, they're met with all these services, everything from resume writing to being able to access funding, WIOA funding. It just truly is one of those relationships that makes total sense for our community, for our residents, and for our students. So truly ecstatic to have Alex here, the commissioner here this morning, and really to be rolling out the second model. President Ojaking was going to join us this morning. He asked me to convey his excitement to this group. He actually was summoned, or not summoned, but he's on his way right now to meet with Governor-elect Ned Lamont. So he said there's one individual that would make a phone call that would keep me from being here today for the ribbon cutting. So he wanted everyone in the room to know his excitement, his dedication, and his support for the American Job Center, for this partnership with the community college system. And I could go on and on. Just really need to add that one little piece that we're also excited to announce, that Tunxis was announced as the 8th community college offering advanced manufacturing technology programs. Well, thank you. We have we have almost 30 students enrolled right now in both mechatronics and electromechanical programs and machining, and some of those students are going 2 days a week to Nantucket, where we're sharing state resources with 50,000 square feet of advanced manufacturing technology equipment there, and they're also here 3 days a week on the main campus learning, and we're starting to offer advanced manufacturing classes right here at the Bristol location as well. So we're very excited about the growth and being able to bring these types of skills to individuals where true careers and jobs exist every day in the marketplace. And again, I could go on and on, but truly excited, thrilled to be here this morning, and I'm going to welcome Alex Johnson to the podium, and again say congratulations and welcome to the Tunxis family and the Bristol family.
Thanks, Jim, and thank you all for joining us in this occasion. And it is a special opportunity for all of us, you know, as the workforce system is continuing to expand and grow, you know, to ensure that individuals who are looking for jobs have the training and supports that they need, for employers who are desperately looking for people, that there's a system in place to connect individuals. So we're really excited at both being in Bristol and also the partnership that we're continuing to build with our community college system, and in particular, the work that we're doing with Jim Lambella. So I really just want to celebrate Jim, because, you know, Jim has really been the catalyst, working with Capital Workforce Partners to really make this happen. You know, we have had a number of conversations in terms of how can we do a better job of connecting our systems. You know, we rely heavily on the community college to do the training that we need to have for our customers that we see. We also provide supports in terms of basic skills assessment. We do the career planning. We do the job placement supports. And we've really been working hard to figure out how we could do this in collaboration. How can we do this as a connected system so we're not bouncing individuals back and forth between systems? So we're really excited both at what we've done in Enfield at Nantucket, where we've started this journey in terms of building this unique partnership. We're very excited to be here in Bristol to also celebrate the opening of this center. I would also acknowledge that, you know, Capital Workforce Partners is also here because we've also had a number of good conversations with our new mayor. You know, our mayor, upon being elected, I reached out to her because she's also, or this town has also been one of our communities that are on our governing council of chief elected officials. When I reached out to her, she says, workforce development is important to me, it's important to my town. I not only want to be on that board, but I also want to work very closely with your organization to make sure that the residents of Bristol also have access. So working with the mayor's office, we were able to really forge this partnership to ensure that the residents of this community have access to the supports that we provide, that they're not, and they will no longer be required to go into New Britain to receive supports, but we can provide those supports here in this community. and at the same time meet the needs of our employers, because Capital Workforce Partners truly is here to help employers find, retain, and grow the talent that they need. So again, it's my pleasure to be here on behalf of Capital Workforce Partners to celebrate this unique partnership and also extend our commitment to this municipality and this town and the residents of this community that we're here to provide the critical workforce development supports that you need and able to compete for good jobs, and also ensure that the employers in this community have the talent that they need to continue to grow and maintain themselves in this community. So with that, I'd like to make thanks on behalf of Capital Workforce Partners and all of you for being here. I'd like to invite the mayor to come up and say a few words as well, because as I've said, we're here in part because of her insistence and commitment and her nudging to make sure that we're here. So Mayor, thank you for being here.
Alex is being very gracious, because I think that my first phrase to him when Cindy and I met with him was, "Show me the money, Alex. I want to see you in Bristol." I worked with Capital Workforce Partners in my previous life at the New Britain Chamber of Commerce, and my friend Paulette, her New Britain days. I know the value of Capital Workforce Partners, and it was integral, I think, to what we're trying to accomplish here in the community at large, as well as on this corner. And I've talked about this corner before. This corner is the Chamber of Commerce. It's Tunxis at Bristol. Now it's going to be the American Job Center, sponsored by Capital Workforce. That is the synergy that we need downtown and what's been missing for a long time. Every day, Councilman Mills, who is here, Councilman Kelly is here, and most importantly, our Economic Development Director, Justin Malley, we hear about businesses that need workers. We hear about businesses that are on the cusp of expanding, but for workforce issues, that they need additional training. They want to bring their workforce up to that standard that is that next generation. And I think that this corner is going to be playing a pivotal role in delivering those services to Bristol. Because when that happens, and everybody in this town has a job, then the entire community benefits. And if we can provide those tools to all of those people who are going to need those services and break down the stereotypes of who needs services, then we are all going to win. Last week, I referred someone here, and it's a college student who just recently graduated, and he sent me his resume because he thought that he was a fit for a city job. I could not get past his resume, so I sent him here because he needed help. He could not say enough about the services that he received from Sue and her staff. And I know Sue, who also grew up in this community, is the perfect fit for this job because she gets it. And she knows who we're looking for, and she knows what we need to get done here. So we are so happy that this day came. And if I had had time to go to my office this morning, I was going to look up what day we met, because I think you made your one-year anniversary mark of getting this done. So congratulations.
Yes, we have a lot of supports here. And with that, I also want to acknowledge we have a board member, Terry Bergenson is here. And I'd also like to invite up the board chair and vice chair, Tom Angello and Bettina Armour, because we're here as an organization to really exemplify our commitment and support to this community.
Thank you, Alex. Bettina and I are, quite frankly, very proud of what CWP has done, and really from a key perspective, as Alex had mentioned before, from a partnership perspective. It's in our name. We partner with the DOL. The commissioner is here today, as you can see. Jim Lambella from all the community colleges, not just here and also up in Asnuntuck. We're hoping that as we move forward with this model, which is already incredibly successful, up in Enfield, and we're positive is going to be very successful here, that we can bring this on a statewide basis to all the community colleges and put as many people to work as possible. But I'm going to let the Vice Chair say a few words.
And I'd say, we see the passion both in the audience here as well as we see that on the board as well. And all of you either have had children that have come through the system or are through yourselves, and trying to see that connection between what they learn in college and then bringing it out to the workplace. And Mayor, you said that very well. you see a lot where sometimes they learn this during even career counseling during college and in high school. I'll just tell you a really quick story. I had a nephew who was looking for a job, and we were working on cover letters. And so he wrote his cover letter way back when, but now I was counseling. I'm like, cover letters change depending on who you're going for, right? Everybody in the audience is like, yeah. You have to, he goes, oh, I never really understood that, what a cover letter did. So it's that reality. They learn it sometimes in high school, they learn it in college, but now when they actually have to go into the real world, this application of bringing the Americans Job Center so close to the college and to the universities becomes real, because other than that, they just kind of go out there and then they struggle and they don't know why they're not getting the job that they want. So I think that this type of work, I think, again, in all the educational institutions would be great to see this and bringing that to closure. So thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you all for coming.
Good morning. My name's Terry Borgeson. I sit on the board of Brole, and I sit on this board. And I've actually been heavily involved in Newington, the town, and the politics, trying to get economic development into the state of Connecticut. The key to us getting this state back where it needs to be is economic development. We need to get the jobs in here, and we need to get the people ready for those jobs. I have a side concern too, which I'm seeing addressed in this area, and that is reintegration of individuals that have been incarcerated. And I can tell you the As-Nuntuck model is tremendous. When we see somebody in a parole board, the first thing we look at is what classes have they taken. And anyone that signed up for these programs is looking to be successful, is looking to not get arrested again. So not only for the state, but also for the reintegration of our people, I think this is a tremendous, tremendous thing. So thank you.
As you see, the commitment and passion of Capital Workforce Partners goes beyond its management team. It's part of the board. It's part of our drinking water as an organization. And we're truly fortunate to have the volunteers that we have working with us to really do the good work that we strive to do. As an America's Job Center, we see this as the hub of all of the work that we do. It's the entry point to all of the resources and services that Capital Workforce Partners has at its disposal, but also as a central place where the Department of Labor also delivers all of its supports and services. So the America's Job Center is truly a partnership of Capital Workforce Partners and the Department of Labor and other key state organizations. So we're really glad and fortunate that Commissioner Kurt Westby could be here to also celebrate this occasion, because they're truly an essential partner of Capital Workforce Partners, making sure that these American Job Centers respond to the needs of our job seeker and business community. So Kurt, can you come up and say a few words?
Thanks, Alex. I agree with everyone. And I'm just thrilled to be here because for a whole bunch of reasons, and I'm not going to try to repeat everything too much, but all the great work that Jim's done, and having another advanced manufacturing center is precisely what we need here in Connecticut. The community colleges have done just a tremendous job in filling the need for highly trained people, working class folks, that live around here that need training to get those really good jobs, and that's a huge need. Marrying that with the work development boards, in this case Capital Workforce Partners, is a necessity. Marrying that with how we work with Capital Workforce in terms of the great work that you do, Alex, with all the WIOA recipients, as was brought up before. And as the mayor noted, this is more than just good jobs. There's a need for good jobs. The good jobs are out there. The problem is connecting the folks that don't have access to those jobs. And there are still a bunch of folks that are undereducated, and they may have been incarcerated. They may be disadvantaged in a variety of ways, that have a real hard time getting those good jobs that are kind of out there, but the employers need some training. right? And this is the answer to that. As great of a job as the community colleges have done and the technical high schools have done, it's still not enough. And this is just one more step in the right direction. And for that reason, you know, the community effort that we have going on here really is the answer. And, you know, I'm really glad to be part of it. Thank you very much.
You know, as I was going through my list, I was remiss in not acknowledging another board member of Capital Workforce Partners. John Nimmons is in the back. You know, he's an active member of Capital Workforce Partners representing organized unions. He reminds us often that not only manufacturing is a pathway to the middle class, but the unions and apprenticeships are also. And Capital Workforce Partners is really working to ensure that individuals, based on their needs, based on their desires, based on their skills, based on their assets, can truly aspire to have a job that enables them to live the middle class dream and the American dream. So we're truly pleased to be partners with the unions in this regard. Also, another key partner of ours is the chamber, because in doing this, and I've said often that we're here to provide supports to our job seekers, but also our business customers. So we're happy that Cindy from the chamber is here to say a few words. She and the mayor kind of did a 1-2 on me way back when, and said, Alice, if you're not here, you might as well leave the state, because so we're here. So with that, Cindy, thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Well, the way it happened is Ellen ran and won the position of mayor for the city of Bristol. Lo and behold, she got a packet in the mail from Capital Workforce Partners and said, sign here. I go, don't sign it. She called me up, and I go, get Alex in here, and let's bring it back to Bristol, because it had been gone for 2 or 3 years, and it was a vital part of our region. I actually worked at the Chamber of Commerce through a grant with Capital Workforce Partners as a job coach. So I worked with people that were underserved or didn't quite have a resume up to par, and I helped those individuals get jobs. And then I went over to the business service team and helped employers get incumbent worker training dollars to open up existing jobs in their place and move people on up. So I get it. And it's not just for the city of Bristol, the town of Plymouth, Burlington, Wolcott, all of those other communities that come down into Bristol to do their business will also be able to benefit from the workforce board that's here. So Alex, I'm glad we had that meeting after Ellen met, because when Ellen just said, I remember her walking into the door, she goes, Alex, I'm not in a good mood. So she said, and Justin was there, and I'm going, go Ellen. And we had a legislative meeting this morning, and we actually brought that up in front of all of our legislators this morning as well. So Alex, welcome back to Bristol. We're not done yet. And thank you so much. And regarding Tunxis, we work very closely with Tunxis as well, so it's a great relationship right here in this building. Thank you all.
But again, just wanted to, on behalf of Capital Workforce Partners and our partner, Tunxis Community College, and the mayor's office, and our chamber, our partners with the Department of Labor and other key stakeholders, really want to thank you for coming out to celebrate this occasion with us, because I think this is something that's good for this community, it's good for the residents, it's good for the employers. So we're happy that we're able to be in the position to open this office. Good things are ahead of us as we move forward. Thank you for coming out, and we just want to go through a ribbon cutting ceremonies to make this center officially open. So thank you again for being here with us.